Hey, you're watching Velo News TV here at the Tour de France, Stage 2 with rider Magnus Backstedt, Garmin Chipotle. Magnus, we saw that you were second from last on the results yesterday. Tell us about what happened there.
No, nothing much really. I did a bunch of work for the guys, and then got caught behind a crash with about 10 Ks to go, and coming off a bit of a rough period from the Giro and that, we decided that I was going to sort of save my energy as much as possible, so I didn't bother sort of chasing back on, and it was just tactical issue really, because at the end of the day I'm not going to win the Tour de France, so whether I lose a minute or two in the beginning like this, it doesn't really make any difference. So.
That was the crash that took Soler and a couple of the guys from Barlow World?
Yeah, exactly. So
did you go down?
No, I never went down. I just got caught behind it, and it was just a point of view from my side to just save a little bit of energy, not dig super deep the first 2-3 days here now, and actually give myself a bit of a fighting chance to wake up my legs again and get into it. And by the time we get to sort of the time trial or the day after the time trial, I was starting to work a bit harder again.
We talked a bit yesterday about the winds. It's always nervous the first week of the Tour. We've got winds. It's a little bit of rain here today, more winds. How much does that add to the tension in the first week?
It does add to the tension a lot. There's a lot of stressed people out there who don't want to get caught out by splitting the peloton, and most of the time it's actually like some of the GC guys, they sort of make it worse for themselves because they overstress and actually race to the point where it's getting dangerous, and sometimes you're better off losing 5 seconds and staying on your wheels than gaining 2 and then ending up crashing and losing 5 minutes. But it's a Tour, and that's what it's all about, and we'll just have to deal with it.
5 guys on Garmin Chipotle who had never raced even a stage at the Tour de France before yesterday. Talk a little bit about the feel on the bus after the stage or this morning. Is there a little bit of a sense of relief, guys kind of finally getting into the rhythm? What was the conversation like?
I think everyone was kind of surprised, mainly how many people were lining the roads, and how sort of full on it is from the word go until you pass the finish line. And I think they handled themselves very well. The team rode brilliantly yesterday. We all looked after each other, made sure we had the guys that needed to be up there, up the front when we got to the final climb. And it's just going to take a couple of days still for everyone to sort of settle in and find their rhythm in the race and that sort of stuff. So we're happy with the first day.
Good. Well, hey, we've got a reader question here for you.
Right, cool.
And it's if you have any questions for Magnus, go ahead and send an email in at velonewstv@competitorgroup.com. This is from Christian Diaz. It says, Magnus, another size question.
Yeah.
Seeing as how you're one of the bigger riders in the peloton, how is your nutrition different from the rest of the stereotypical cyclists? How do you keep lean at a racing weight apart from the large number of kilometers you put in?
It's not so much, the racing weight kind of comes naturally by training a lot and racing a lot. The kilometers kind of keep the weight off you. I do tend to sort of in the beginning of the year have to go a little bit strict on the diet, make sure that I'm almost running on a little bit of a deficit right at the beginning of the year. By the time I'm down to race weight, it's not really that difficult to hold it, because you do 200 Ks a day, and yeah, that kind of does its own little trick for you. So it's nothing special really. In the Grand Tours, it's more of a question of trying to keep the weight on rather than losing too much. And so the Tour is quite nice. You can eat as much as you want.
Yeah, it's the one time a year. When you are trying to be strict with your diet, what's the one thing you have to give up? You just can't even have in the house?
Any kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
That is the number one issue to keep weight on. You drink a couple of beers and it kind of tends to keep on you for ages. So alcohol, no go, and also cut down on the carbs intake, pasta and that sort of stuff. Just hold back on that.